Hi everyone, this is Tinna Kash. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to go straight to the point. The bitter truths about visitors visa if your intentions is to work in Canada. Yes, and you need to know the bitter truth. I will no longer try to sugarcoat it or make you feel good with the risk involved when you arrive Canada on a visitor's visa with intentions to work and stay permanently in Canada. I understand that the Canadian government actually allows someone with a visitor's visa when in Canada to be able to convert this visa, not technically convert here, but to be able to convert this visa to work permit or study permit whilst in Canada. Prior to now, you're expected to go out of Canada to apply for this other visa class. And I've seen that a lot of agents have robbed them of their hard-earned money with the lies that they can easily, as soon as they get to Canada, convert this visitor's visa to either work permit and so on. I've had cases of an agent collecting millions from people and telling them that there's also a job, that they are processing a work permit, and lo and behold, when the visa was finally approved, it was a visitor's visa. They had a job offer. Yeah, they go as far as giving you a job offer with an assumed Canadian company. So you will think that, oh, you already have a job, and as soon as you get to Canada, you're just going to resume your job. But these are all lies. Whilst I blame the agent for this level of deceit, I also will apportion some blame to these people, because you are expected to be involved in your application process. A little research to know the do's, the cons, and the pros of each process would help you to be able to ask the necessary questions that will ensure that your safety is guaranteed. Yes. So what is the reason why I said the bitter truth about your visit visa if you intend to use visit visa to work in Canada? Now this is because the Canadian system has what we call SIN, the social security number. Now this social security number is per person. Every person have a unique social security number. Mine is different, my husband's own is different, my children's own are different. So it is unique to everyone. Now, if you are here in Canada, you have to have a legal stay for you to have social security number. Should you come with work permit or study permit, your social security number also have an expiration date. It expires. So that is to the validity of your work permit or your study. And if you're here as a permanent resident or any other, your social security number does not expire. And the reason why I said that for you to consider coming to Canada with a visitor's visa with the intentions to work is because in the first place, you will be unable to start that work because you don't have a social security number. So I'm here wondering how you intend to work, because every organization that is going to employ you would at some point require your social security number by your first paycheck. So once they are about to pay you, they need your social security number to be able to file your payroll taxes. So your CPP, your EI, and any associated payroll taxes that they need to remit to the government. And this is only linked through your social security number. So if peradventure you are able to find a job, luckily you're able to find a job by your first paycheck, and the pay period here is usually, some are weekly, some are bi-weekly, some are bi-monthly and monthly. So but the most common one is the bi-weekly. So in 2 weeks your employer would have known that you don't have a valid stay in Canada. So it is something that you need to consider. And I always tell few people that have reached out to me that I think you should process it very well before immigrating to Canada. This is not because Tinna does not want you to come to Canada. I always tell everyone that cares to listen that, hey, I'm from Nigeria and I live in Ontario, the province of Ontario, And Ontario itself, just one province in Canada, is bigger than Nigeria. And the entire Canada is almost 10 times as big as Nigeria. So hey, there's enough space for everyone to thrive and be successful. Should the whole of Nigeria comes to Canada today, there's more than enough room to accommodate everyone. If the country is as almost 10 times as big as your country, so there's enough room. So meaning that no one is against you coming to Canada, but no one wants you to, people that genuinely care about you, does not want you to get stranded in Canada. And there are a whole lot of people on the streets, hey, especially you're here during winter. So it is well. So please, I will encourage us to consider this process very well before embarking here. Now, this is not to say that there are no people that have been in Canada with visitors visa and have been able to secure a job, and that company filed for an LMIA for them. That's the labor impact assessment. If the company file for LMIA for you, then you're able to apply for your work permit. You get your closed work permit, and if you have a partner, is also an opportunity for your spouse to apply for their own open work permit. This has happened. The question I would like to ask you, yes, you, is that do you have that specialized skills that they can't find inside Canada that they have to rely on you from outside Canada to give you that job? Now, it is also important to understand that for you to get a work permit, it is tied to the LMIA, successful LMIA. Now, for any employer or any organization to apply for an LMIA job, LMIA for you, so that you can work with them to be able to apply for your work permit, it simply means that the employer will advertise that position. There are steps to getting LMIA. The employer will advertise that position on government portal, maybe job bank, and so on. The employer will go through the recruitment process as normal, and the employer was unable to find anyone competent enough inside Canada to do that job. And now the employer will not apply, because they will review all the process to ensure that yes, they were unable to find a competent hand within the Canada system. So irrespective of the fact that you are in Canada on a visit visa, it is still considered that they are getting an employee from outside of Canada. And this is not the legitimate reason for them to employ you, apply for the LMIA for you. And once it is approved, then you can now use that to apply for your work permit. Now, the question you should ask yourself, do you have that special skills? Do you have that special skills that they cannot find inside Canada? So answer the question. If you have, good. Some of the skills also that I know that scarce mechanics, yeah, I've seen or heard people that got here on visit visa as a mechanic, as a plumber, you know, those technical skills, truck drivers, and mostly the IT space. Yes, I have a close friend that the husband is a software developer, and he got a job from Nigeria. He was based in Nigeria, he got a job, he worked for some time, and finally decided to come to Canada. So those special skills, yes, you are likely, you have a higher chances of getting the job. Now, what I will also say is, should you have these special skills, do you also think it is important or it is a good decision for you to come to Canada to look for this job, especially if the employer can also employ you from outside Canada? The answer is yes or no. Yes, on the basis that there are some skills that you see advert every day on various channels to apply. You go through the recruitment process and they find you that you fit the role, and they're able to apply for this LMIA for you. However, there are also some skills that maybe a company will be motivated that they are seeing you in person in the first place. So there's this motivation that yes, they will be able to quickly put on this process for you, because hey, they'll be looking for someone to fill in this position that have these technical skills, and here you are right in their presence. So whilst I'm not against you coming to Canada on a visit visa, please have your serious game plan. Number one is, do you have the financial means to sustain yourself while in Canada, pending when you're going to get the job and get your work permit and you're going to be able to work? Two is, should you consider applying for this job from your home country? If you have a higher chances of securing this job, it will save you a whole lot of money, because you will not be paying rent, you will not be expensing money on a whole lot of utility bills and any other incidental bills here, pending when you will secure yourself a job. At least you will be spending your naira and you will still get that job to come to Canada. So you have a whole lot of inward search to do, a whole lot of research to do, weigh your options rightly before deciding to come on a visitor's visa with the intentions to work. I think we should get that clear. And most importantly, okay, most importantly, have you ever thought of other means of coming to Canada aside using visitor's visa? Oftentimes it beats my imagination that everyone is just trying to come with visit visa. Yes, I understand that it is cheaper than every other route. It is cheaper to come to Canada on a visitor's visa than coming as a student, than coming as on a work permit or as a permanent resident. But because of the money you're going to eventually spend, so that it will not be penny wise pounds foolish sort of a situation, because I've seen people that they eventually arrived here, the millions they would have used to pay for school fees and come as a student, they're now using it to give them LMIA. So this one is always very funny to me. For that, when you can use that money to process your permanent residence from your home country, or pay for your school fees and come here as a student, if you have that money in the first place, why spend it on visitor's visa? But maybe two things are involved. Maybe the lack of information. Yeah, let me say one thing. Maybe the lack of information might be the cause of this. Should you want to come with visitor's visa, kindly think about all these options, other options. When you meet with your agent, tell that agent, am I eligible for any other process? Am I eligible for permanent resident? Am I eligible for work permit? How do I go about it? Am I eligible for study? Explore other options that will give you peace of mind and make you sleep well at night. Yes, and I've also heard this one. Your agent will tell you that when you arrive Canada at the airport, declare asylum. Okay, it's all right. It is good. People genuinely seek asylum, that I know. But hope as you are coming with your story, even you yourself, you believe your own story. I've read, at least online, of cases of people that seek asylum years ago, and their cases were being their case was heard and it was refused. I think you also have like 3 options to reappeal, and after they exhausted all their appeal options, they were deported. And oftentimes what you say in the first instance, you can't change your story, you can only build on it, redefine it. So the story you are coming to declare on an asylum basis, tell yourself the story, record yourself, play it to yourself, and ask yourself, did you even believe it in the first place? So I know agents have told you that once you just come, raise up your hand, declare. So just make sure that you even research. There are a lot of multiple content online that will tell you how to have a successful asylum case. So if you're not researching, if you're not going to find out how to build your story properly, How do you intend to get an approval for all these things? So do not let all your eggs be with the agent. Also have some information handy for yourself for your own use. And finally, the worst case are those ones that the agent will tell you they have a job for you in Canada and you're not asking the proper questions. Please, should any agent tell you that they have a job for you in Canada, it is important you ask them, this job, what kind of visa will I be getting for this job? Is this job an LMIA certified job or a non-LMIA certified job? Because I have seen one. The agent collected whooping millions from this couple, told them he was giving them a job, even gave them an offer letter for a company that if I call the number in Canada, the number is not going. And when the visa came out, it was a visitor's visa. And as soon as they land in Canada, the agent disappeared. They will tell you to survive on your own. Now, these people sold all their properties. They were relocating. Their friends and family bid them farewell. And they arrived in Canada only for them not to know where to start from because you can't work. So please, when your agent is telling you they have a job for you, ensure that it is a work visa you're getting. When you see your visa is not reading work visa, your visa is reading, you will even know from the biometric stage, so don't even go far. Once they're sending you a biometrics letter, your biometrics letter will read a V. That V is connoting that is a visitor's visa you're applying for. So you will know and start planning ahead so you don't come to get stranded here. And whilst you are coming, please, as I've said earlier, I just want to use this to address everything once and for all. So if anybody asks me, Tina, this, I'll just direct them to this video. I'll direct all of you to this video. So in recap, it is important you understand the situation ahead of Canada when you're coming. Ensure that whatever skill you're coming with to come and stay in Canada, to be able to convert your visitor's visa to work permit, that it is a technical skill, a required skills. Should it not be, consider other option. Why should I spend my hard-earned money, come to Canada and I'm unable to work? Don't forget that irrespective of the number of years granted to you, you can still not stay more than 6 months except you extend. And extension too. Okay, watch my video on extension. So ask yourself, instead of me arriving in Canada on a visit visa and my chances of securing a job is slim, is there any other process in which I qualify for this permanent resident? I don't know why a lot of people think permanent resident is actually difficult. It is not. Do I consider for that? Studies is not also difficult. How much will it cost you to secure yourself an admission and so on? Please consider other option. Consider let me use the word consider other option before coming to Canada. I think I'm just going to end it here. I thought to share this with everyone so you are informed and not to make any wrong decision. So thank you so much for watching this far. Please don't forget to share, to like, so I can be motivated to to send more videos your way. I know I've done so much in this visitors visa series. This is because it seems the visitor visa series have so many complications and I need to address them individually. Yes, so thank you, have a good day, bye.